Well, I'm up in the barn. Been doing some scouting for turkeys on a new farm that I've got permission to hunt this year. And I'm up here on top of the hay, and if you look out across the field here, kind of behind the tree a little bit, but try to get zoomed in. There's about a dozen gobblers in a group right up there at the tree line. All longbeards. Got permission to hunt this farm. This will be my first year hunting it. I've been really excited about it for months. For spring gobbler season, the landowner's telling me how much he sees turkeys back here in the cow fields, and I came in and just videotaped a couple strutters and about maybe even a dozen longbeards over on the other side of the road with a couple hens. When I walked back to the car, there's this group of gobblers up in the back field. I saw 8 hens, no gobblers, on the left field when I was coming in. So there's just turkeys everywhere back here. Really excited about it. Well, here I am a couple days before the season, checking out the farm, and it's looking very promising. This seems to be the boss gobbler right there. See if I can get in good on him. He's got some other big toms down the ridge down here below him. There's one there, one there. But he's the only strutter there with the hens. And some turkeys up on top of the hill there. I believe there's more gobblers on this farm than there are hens. About 50 yards, about 45 yards. It's Saturday, May the 4th, about 9:30 a.m. Got up this morning about 7 o'clock. I slept in a little bit because I knew it was going to be cold. Yesterday morning it was 38 to 40 degrees. The forecast was supposed to be the same for today, so I decided I would sleep in a little bit. So I got up at 7 o'clock hoping it'd warm up a few degrees. Loaded everything in the car, walked out to the front of the house, and called to try to strike a bird. I didn't hear anything at the front of the house, so I walked around the back of the house and out into the field. Did a little bit of cutting with this new Flexstone Cluck and Purr. Did a little cutting with that real loud, and I got a gobbler to answer me down towards Lance's Point. I couldn't tell exactly, but I knew he was way down on the other side of the field. So I got in the car. It was already loaded up. Got down there real quick. Parked, got out, walked up the road, crossed over the dry creek over on the Lance's Point. And as soon as I got up on Lance's Point, I called again, and a gobbler answered me down on Lance's Point over towards where I'd parked the car. I don't know how it didn't see me park the car in Booger, but it was just right down over the point into the creek. It must have been further up the creek to where it couldn't quite see where I parked the car, but it was really close to where I parked. So it answered me a couple times, and then some crows came in, and crows got it fired up a little bit, but I could tell it was drifting away from me. I can't take credit for it. The crows got a gobbler fired up over on, well, I shouldn't say fired up, got a gobbler to shot gobble one time over on Turkey Ridge behind me. So I knew I had a gobbler on Turkey Ridge where I'd killed my first gobbler this year. But then I knew I had this gobbler too. Once I heard him gobble, I snuck over into the shade of the autumn olive and started sneaking through the autumn olive. I think I got some footage of that. But I'm sneaking through the autumn olive and settled in, called, he answered, and I could hear some walking in the leaves, and I looked, and there was hens. I already identified there was hens there coming towards this mature gobbler on this ridge. So I knew I had at least one Jake, and I knew I had some hens. I could see 3 hens. I may have got them on video, but I could see 3 hens, and I think it was 3. And then I realized they were coming over to him, a Jake bringing up the rear, and the way they were coming from my right to my left, he was right down around in this area, either right there or right there. He was in this area, and I realized it was a long shot. I knew it was over 40 yards, and I don't usually take over a 40-yard shot. It looked like closer to 50. I mean, it was at least I'd say a 45+ yard shot. One of the longer shots I've made on a gobbler. Like I said, I don't normally shoot them that far. But I knew I had this gun really doing well. The 2 gobblers I killed this year were, right at 35 yards, and it just ate their heads up. So I thought I'd chance another 10 yards. Put the crosshairs in the same place, didn't hold high at all, because I am shooting that Super Mag at 3.5-inch shell, and wanted to see what it would do. I've been real happy with the gun this year. Pulled the trigger, and he had done made me. I don't know if I said that, but after he chased the Jake back up the ridge, he made me. It might be on video, but he's putting, alert putting, and kind of coming into the Jakes and hens as he's alert putting. And he came up the bank about another, I don't know, 10, 12 feet, and kind of opened up again. And when I could see him again, I could see he was a long beard. And so I put the crosshairs on him, touched the trigger, and was amazed. He dropped just like the other 2 did this year. Rolled down the bank, all the way down into, he actually ended up right here, down underneath this rock. You can see there's some feathers on the ground right there and everything. But he's a good bird. He's probably got, an 8.5 to 9-inch beard. He's got really good spurs. He's not a 2-year-old, that's for sure. But he's got really good spurs on him. You can see they're very sharp. Both of them look good. But so another mature bird, at least a 3-year-old plus for the season. A lot of people don't think they can stalk up on turkeys. This is the 2nd one in a row. I killed one last Saturday, and I stalked up on him too, a mature gobbler. If the sun's right and you got some shade and you got some foliage and you got some blowdowns, and your topography, and you come in really slow and methodical, you know, you can work in close on these birds and get within shotgun range. So another 3 gobbler a year. I'm glad to have them. Get off here and take some pictures and send some pictures out and get my tag notched and